Think Russell Crowe from The Quick and the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Appearance-wise.
Okay.
So you're not sticking with Tom Selleck.
Too flamboyant?
Oh, no.
No. It's going to have Russell Crowe's appearance, Tom Selleck's personality.
Okay, that's cool. That works. Okay.
Okay.
So, we'll go ahead and give you backstory that they don't have.
Okay.
Because that just makes things all the more interesting. So, the way that the city is set up right now is this was a Camarilla city over a year ago. The Anarchs forced the Cam out. I'm just giving them information here. The Anarchs forced the Camarilla out. And due to a severe upheaval, rioting, city on fire, crap that was happening, the Camarilla were able to basically weasel their way back in. They set themselves up, making a deal with one of the Anarch leaders, that the Camarilla would get one building in the downtown area, and that they would just start working on gaining influence in the city. The Anarchs could work on gaining influence in the city, and whoever gets the most wins. Basically, it was we're going to team up with you to help solve this problem, and in as a deal in honoring that, you're going to give us a fair ability to do that. When they were about to reopen the Camarilla Elysium, some of the Anarchs set it on fire, completely breaking the truce. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just going to say Tinia's apparently out of town because I'll be breaking heads.
Currently, the Camarilla is working out of...
list.
What?
Add to list.
Add to list, yes.
Currently, the Camarilla is working out of a mansion on the outskirts of town. This is
a long old hike out there.
It's way outside of town. But it's this massive mansion in the middle of nowhere that apparently belonged to some vampires before the Camarilla lost control of this place already. This is a big place with a massive courtyard, a huge garden in back, statuary in back of famous kindred. Like, this was, it was set up as...
If you know what you're looking at, it ain't subtle.
Yeah, if you know what you're looking at, it's not subtle. It was originally a chapter house for the cult of Mithras. So...
What do you mean, called it?
So
mansion is it? There's one mansion there I know of in that place that we went to.
No one said it wasn't.
Everybody knew what it was.
I believe
statues were the giveaway.
I believe when I mentioned it the first time, I said it's the same mansion we used before.
I don't remember you mentioning it, sorry.
Okay, anyway.
Might still be Cult of Mithras, because...
That's true, because the Cult of Mithras does work within the Camarilla.
Mm-hmm.
Mithras was a prince.
So, back.
Yeah, that's a whole different can of worms.
So the Camarilla has been working from outside of the city. There are some arrangements being made. Currently, plans for an underground tunnel that leads from the city all the way to the mansion to make it easier for certain kindred to get there. But the city is not set up quite right. There's a prince. There's a sheriff. Yeah. There is probably a scourge, which is not making anybody happy. But the prince is a Malkavian, and he has ties into this city's history. And he seems to be very...
combat focused, shall we say?
Combat focused, shall we say.
The big honking sword is kind of a tip.
Now, since the city is just now getting structured, there isn't a Primogen Council yet, and the characters here are all playing the children, or at least the wards of vampires who are trying to become primogen. So your sire is probably going to throw their hat in the ring for Toreador primogen, since I don't have anybody for that right now on it anyway. And the only Toreador that I have in the city that is like named, set, here's this guy, is too young really to be primogen. So we'll work on the identity of your sire. But one of the things that the prince did recently, which has set the city in an uproar, is taken these 4 newly released babies, given them 3 points in status, given them a massive chunk of domain of their own, and just said, go play. He turned them into a type of coterie called a Marischal, which is it's a coterie that is set to be the guardian of a specific area. So where a lot of kindred would be like, oh, this is going to be interesting, they also got what is pretty much considered prime real estate. They got Old Town Portland completely to themselves. Now, Old Town Portland also has a whole lot of problems. Do you know anything about Portland, Oregon?
Not really.
Okay, it is the weirdest fucking place in the world. Their motto is keep Portland weird.
Completely with the bagpipe
I was gonna
fire
say,
with the unicycle. Some comes in a Darth Vader costume.
Darth Vader outfit, guy on a unicycle.
Okay.
Flaming bagpipes.
Flaming bagpipes.
Okay,
yes.
so that's Portland.
That's Portland.
A few years ago, the mayor and the deputy mayor rode through the streets dressed up like King Arthur and Patsy with coconut shells. The mayor.
Yes.
It's a weird place. However, it also has a ridiculous homeless population. Because it's so hard to make any kind of money in this place. It's so... It's just it's a stranglehold of poverty. You can actually walk around in downtown where you're like, oh look, fancy restaurants, huge theaters, art galleries, tents.
Tent city.
Just tents lining the streets. One of the things that these guys got was the fact that they have Old Town Portland. They have the original settlement of Portland, which comes complete with Chinatown. And that's where they're trying to get into right now. Now, Old Town Portland is also a good place to find a lot of people who dress up in outfits and entertain for tips. And from what we've talked about, that kind of sounds like something that you would do. There's a lot of areas in downtown Portland also that are very, like, historically accurate to when it was built. So you kind of have, hey, look, it's Chinatown. Let's take a left. Oh, look, it's an Old West village. Like, so that's the kind of thing that you could end up finding yourself in.
Don't forget the Shanghai tunnels.
Portland is also notorious for having the Shanghai tunnels, which is literally a bunch of tunnels that run underneath the city. There are about 3 levels deep of different tunnels where people would literally have trapdoors in bars and just kidnap people and sell them out to sea. It went from... Portland has gone from one of the most depraved centers of debauchery and crime to being one of the most, like, high-end, amazing places to live in the world, with a homeless population that's ridiculously off the charts. So...
Place is weird.
One of the number 1 exports currently in Portland is meth.
There!
Yeah. There's a lot of explosions that happen throughout the
So we could
sewer
have been
systems.
saying meth house instead of gas main this whole time.
You don't want to say that on the news.
That's fair. You also don't want to say we firebombed the place because it's full of vampires.
It's mostly in the sewers. There's, like, meth explosions in the sewers constantly.
I now have a new thing to add onto my list of things to watch out for down there.
Yeah.
Methlax.
Just with the Nosferatu out exploring wants to run into, you know?
I don't know. To me, it sounds like a business area
No.
for the
It depends on the
Gotta make
Nosferatu.
money somehow.
Depends on the Nosferatu. No, you don't.
No, you don't. What do you need money for?
Everything.
You want
No.
to make money as a Nosferatu, just be an alley cat.
What do you need it for? Buying food?
I'm gonna eat and rob this dude.
Nope.
And in a sewer?
Buying technology.
All right, so
If you use it.
Who in
You
the
would-
group does not have a phone?
how
Whose side has literally like
Water resistant, not proof, resistant.
how long do you think your character has been involved with Portland?
So, I was going to say he was originally born and raised there.
Okay.
9/11 happened. He joined up. They realized he had a knack for sticks that go boom.
Okay.
So he ended up on the marksmanship team.
Okay.
So he never actually saw combat. He's just really good with guns.
It sounds like it was in Damien's team.
How long? How long do you think you've been embraced?
Oh, God.
Who make a lot of sense.
About 5 years.
About 5 years. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you could definitely be.
Nice.
Kind of abandon all of them.
You could definitely be
Amazing.
born and raised in Portland. You could definitely have gone off to do whatever you're doing, and then
Come back.
maybe you were caught up and braced, you know, because of all of that. That's makes some interesting. How you have not seen? You might not have seen any action, but have you traveled?
He would have done a fair bit of traveling as with the marksmanship team.
Where do you think he would have gone?
I know the national matches are usually held
I mean, like out of the states. Have you?
out of the States, easily
Korea, Germany,
England,
Afghanistan.
not Afghanistan,
Interesting.
not if he was on the marksmanship team, because they wouldn't have sent him to combat for that.
Okay.
But he definitely England, more
England,
likely
Germany.
Germany.
Possibly
Korea.
Okay.
Korea,
So
Japan.
you've probably met a good number of people who were in the service as well, and all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and set you up with an ally, who is going to get a hold of you probably about 6 months ago. Basically, hey, wanted to let you know I'm in Portland. You said if I was ever here, look you up. Are you here? Like, that kind of thing. This is a field medic named Nick.
I like Nick, okay?
Everybody likes
I
Nick.
know. I'm kind of worried about him after where we left him last.
This would be actually kind of interesting hearing from him after all of this time, because he's gone. He went MIA.
Okay.
He was deployed. He was somewhere in the Middle East. You're not really sure. Things were classified. He was doing some stuff. And next thing you know, his whole battalion did not do well. He's assumed dead. But 6 months ago, your buddy contacts you, says that, hey, just want to, I'm here, are you still here, kind of thing. He's not been able to keep direct contact with you, but you did get a message. We'll just go ahead and say it's a message that was left on your phone that he's in town. Probably about we'll go ahead and say that you got that message in early October.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, you don't have any other information about it. So we're going to go ahead and say that you have a friend who's missing in Portland. And that'll get you all dragged into plot line, and I'll get to use Nick.
Maybe find out some more about what's going on that side of the city.
So your sire is now starting to work with a group of kindred who are all trying to take seats on the Primogen Council. Your sire wants to try to get you involved in their coterie because they've already got status. And if they make their sires look good, and you're part of that, you'll be making your sire look good. And that's the whole point. So, let's see. How smart is your sire? Let's see how smart your sire is. What am I doing? I have a thing. I'm breaking my own rules. Oh, your sire's pretty smart. Cool. So let's go ahead and do blood checks real quick. Hunger checks. Just roll a die. Just one.
I'm good.
Oh yeah.
I'm good.
Blush of life. One failure.
Blush of life. Cool. Blush of life is a good idea. If you want to do blush of life, it's do another one of those rolls.
It lasts all night.
It lasts all night. And you basically look human. So that upholds the standards of normal decency, which is part of the...
Oh, yes, sir.
It's basically helping keeping with your chronicle tenants. Protects 2 of their tenants, truthfully.
Blush of life, yeah. Also.
I'm not so great at the upholding standards of decency.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
It doesn't really matter. I'm blending in just fine.
You pretty much burn it with fire!
But yeah, if you want to blend in around humans, you probably want to do that. What is your humanity? 7? Yeah. 7?
Bring the torches and the pitchforks.
No, it's fine. I just pulled the hood a little bit, nobody can tell.
Just because it's been a while since we've actually gone over that. What is everybody's humanity?
7.
Is everybody at a 7?
Standard, yeah.
Yeah, it starts at 7.
I just was not sure if anybody had done anything
not managed
stupid.
to do anything that stupid yet.
Yeah, no,
Or take
some
something like alley cat. No, it's not generation.
Yes.
It's predator type.
Yeah, predator type, and actually how old your character is can do that. But you guys are all still betas.
Yeah. Because alley cat and one other, I'm trying to remember which one it is, will actually lower your humanity right off the bat.
Blood leech.
Blood leech, yeah.
So at a 7, most human beings have a humanity score of 7 or so. Vampires at this level of humanity can usually manage to pass for mortals. Vampires with humanity 7 typically subscribe to normal social mores. Sure, sin is wrong, but dodging taxes and speed limits are not sins. The vampires feels more connected to other beings, even human beings, though more than little selfishness shines through, just like everyone else in the world, mortal or not. You must make a rouse check to use Blush of Life. You cannot have sexual intercourse per se, but I never really fucking care about that. I really don't. I also don't care about liquids. If your character wants to drink liquids, I don't fucking care. Using Blush of Life, food and drink makes you vomit, make a composure stamina test. Oh, unless you're using Blush of Life. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, you guys, you just basically look sickly if you don't. You look sickly if you don't use Blush of Life at 7. You have a smart sire. I need you to roll your
Stocks?
whether or not your sire is mad at you or not.
Oh, he's definitely mad. 3 nights in a row.
Awesome.
Yeah, no. It's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be pretty.
So what we're doing with David is because we're putting so much emphasis on the sires in this game, all the sires have their own personalities, their interactions with people. I will get something for you as I feel this out. His sire has the old drunk uncle demeanor. Even though we don't do nature demeanor here, his character's sire is based off of the drunk uncle thing. If things are going great, he's your best friend. If things do not go so well, you're not in a good place. And his sire keeps track of his stocks. And if his stocks go down, which they have 3 nights in a row now, he has a very angry sire who treats him like shit.
Yeah.
So, smart sire, mean sire. The way this is going to work. The way this is going to work is your sire is going to give you an address to one of the high rises downtown. It's more like condos and stuff like that. And yeah. So they just give you an address. What floor is your place on?
Was it you gonna be showing up at his front door?
Yeah. What floor is your apartment on?
Top floor.
Top floor, penthouse.
Of course it is.
Awesome. So, if you climb into this Goliath of a building and get into the elevators, most of the time when you get to the end, or when you get to the floor that you want to go onto, the doors open. You just come to a hall, and there's rooms and rooms and rooms. You're going to get to the top. You're going to get to the top floor of this place. The door is going to open, and there's literally just one door, instead of there being a array of doors. But you're told to go meet up with Thomas Castle, who's one of the members of the coterie. Your sire tells you shit. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have some random person that you've never seen before.
Very important question. Do you have the hat? Not that hat, but the other.
Please do it. Not be it's not that.
Oh no. He's got a lime green cowboy hat out of character. So that's been
A lime green
lime
cowboy
green
hat?
with a purple snakeskin band as a scarf. It is seriously that color. Yes.
Yes, it's like this.
And the best part about it is fluorescent too. It glows under a black light.
Who's got a pimp hat?
Rick has a pimp hat.
I did not order a stripper.
The small bits that I heard in the other room sounded like I didn't see this thing.
Did you ever get a picture of you with a hat on?
I don't think I did.
Far. No, I was talking about the gambler hat you have.
Do you have the bad taste flaw?
Me? No.
This
Well,
is
I
a
have-
long-standing running joke from a different game that
I
finally
have a-
materialized.
Where is it? Is it not in this book?
This is his Rift character has that hat.
Okay. I'm sad. Oh, foretaste.
Foretaste.
Okay, so if you're given this address, what would you do?
I'd drive over,
Okay.
make my way inside, get in the elevator, ride up.
You're given all the abilities to get past whatever security there is, too. Like, no one should be able to get to this place.
Does his sire give him any context?
He probably thinks he knows. Nice
There.
sire.
Not,
Asshole sire.
Sire's just going, oh, go meet this guy.
You're going to meet Thomas Castle. He's a gin... Like, he's like a CEO for a gin company. But he's part of this coterie. And this is where he's living currently. Hey, your sire don't knock. And no one comes up here unless you invite them.
I look through the peephole.
What does he see out the people?
Pimp hat.
Wrong character.
Very much late 1890s suit,
Okay.
Midwestern suit, bowler cap.
Going with the bolt.
So accurate.
Accurate.
Good.
Looks like he walked off the set of Tombstone, I think is
Pretty
the phrase.
much.
I don't know who you are. And I don't know if this is a prank, but I didn't call no stripper.
I'm assuming that's out of some electrical box. Okay.
Is this Thomas?
The one and only.
Cool. I'm in the right spot.
Whatever it's going on, I'm not paying.
Yeah. Look around, make no one else up here.
There's no one up here.
Yeah. My sire sent me over. I was told I'd be expected.
Wait a moment, please. Text my son. Said, "The fuck is doing a kinder in my room?"
Your current stock ratings is what he texts back to you.
Okay.
Did you just get sent a beating, Greg?
I think he might be wondering that.
Okay. Open the many locks.
You just hear
Please do come in.
in walks a cowboy.
Would you like something to drink? Would you like it spiced up a little gin?
Whiskey, neat.
Go to the drawer where he never opens because he only drinks gin. Would you like blood in it?
Sure.
Half blood, half whiskey.
Okay. Do you have medicine or anything?
I do not.
Where are you getting this blood?
I was
I
about
always have
to.
blood in me because I don't know anybody that's drinking gin all the time, so I have the flask all the time with
Where
blood.
are you getting it?
Hmm?
I'm not saying you can't have it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know where you're getting it.
Where are you?
Huh?
I can buy it.
From where?
Donors. He's like, give me blood. Use money.
That's called herd.
That's actually called her.
Yes.
That's how herd works.
I thought it's like people that like to be bitten.
Sometimes.
There's a variety of ways you can have a steady
Really? I didn't know
supply
that.
through herd. It may-
Herd, medical influence, things like that will get you blood bags.
Otherwise, you have to
Alright.
hunt.
Otherwise, you're going out there and pumping people. Which is also okay. I just need to know so that I can screw you over with it later.
Storyteller to the end.
Anyway, think about it. We'll fill in the blanks
Yeah.
there, but it's fine.
Offer him a seat, and I see right in front of him. So, how can I be of service?
What would my sire have told me
Um,
for this?
probably just to let him know that your sire is joining his sire's coterie.
So,
It's basically creating a legacy coterie.
I'm just so cracking this up.
I'm here to inform you that my sire is joining your sire's coterie.
Really now?
Yes.
I wasn't told shit about it.
Sucks to be you.
It does, doesn't it? Fuck you for me. Alrighty then. That's a new one. That's another thing to add to the list of shit that I gotta deal with. I check my the messenger, the message group, see if anybody replied to my.
Sydney replied, I gotta leave town for a few days.
Why am I not surprised?
You don't get anything from Jazz.
Don't get anything from Jazz. Did Fermin ever? Did you ever answer his?
Oh
text?
shit! Sorry. Not on the first night it was on. I
It's
think
the
he got
next
back
night.
something snarky. Okay.
I'm calling a business meeting was apparently the text.
And it was.
Yeah, because you put it in the
That-
group chat.
That's what Tony told me to do.
Yeah,
What group chat?
the
Our
Facebook group chat
The
for
Facebook
Taking
chat.
Water.
Send us a
Which
text
you
to
did
you.
not send.
No, I sent us a text
okay.
to you.
Where's my fucking?
It says, I'd like to schedule a sit down to discuss business with everyone.
Are you texting back now?
Also, now that he's sitting down, it's very clear. Like, he's got a piece in a shoulder holster underneath his jacket.
For
Alright.
me, it wouldn't be that snarky actually.
Yeah.
You're playing a non-snarky character?
Stop playing
Or a
Sam.
less snarky character?
He's playing a socially adept character.
Wow.
Opposed to a jackass.
Yeah.
It's hard not to play Sam, isn't it?
I'm gonna let guys.
It really hurts a lot.
Probably.
What?
If it's,
But Jazz probably does have some sort of mailbox.
Beeper.
No, not a
Just
beeper.
running around with a beeper.
Not a beeper.
That's what I was saying. Is you wad up you write it on loosely,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wad it up, you put it in the Easter egg, throw it down the 14th Street.
Storm drain? Yeah,
Storm
basically
drain.
like that. Sort of thing. A dead drop.
It's not a bad idea.
Technically, every drop we do is a dead drop.
That is true.
It's an undead drop.
In fairness, it may be something like, it's probably in the Chinese gardens across the street.
Your dead drop should be one of the lion's mouths.
Yeah, I like that. So. Just put in something, weatherproof. Like a Coke can.
Shove a note in a Coke can, put the Coke can in the dragon's mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Use a 20-ounce bottle in
That
case
works.
it rains.
Message in a bottle, or like I said, or a Coke can. You just make sure you angle it right so the water doesn't get inside the can. Nobody's gonna mess with a bit of trash shoved into a statue or a cannon. You know how much trash I've found in cannons? Which
It's gotta be a Coke can that says share a Coke with Jazz.
just keep using the same Coke can because it's perfect.
Yeah, that's the reply you get in character.
do you sing it again or?
No?
It will be in
That
under a
stunning
text.
silence is the reply that you get from that.
It's Sam all over again.
No.
No, Sam would have said something snarky.
Sam would have told you to sit down and do your business then.
So, do I actually have a way to contact you?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You don't have a way of
That's-
getting information back from me.
Can you send like a freaking rat with a message, like a Kevin Page?
I don't have that. Don't have that animalism. If you're gonna get information from Jash, he'll be popping up behind your show and going, "So, what did you want to know?"
If you did, I swear.
This is why we all need to be sleeping in the same spot.
Fuck now.
We're getting there. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not at the meeting.
So let me see. The wizard's busy. The assassin's being a total ass. And I can't contact the intelligence.
The worst coterie ever.
No.
No.
And I cannot get in
We've had
contact with the
worse.
intelligence engine.
This is pretty much everybody's first try at playing Cam. Also,
So, where do you normally go to find Jess?
The intelligence. Don't have any. Oh, would he have people's names yet?
probably good sire, shitty sire.
We usually meet around the Chinese district most of the time. So hopefully she'll be there. She'll be around there with a thick hoodie.
So I'm going to get a more specific location from him. Mm-hmm. I'll be back in a little while, and I'm going to go.
He starts getting dressed.
I'm not waiting.
Understood.
He will start getting dressed. He will get.
Oh wow. Dang woman.
Like, while he's still trying to decide which tie he's going to wear, I'm already
You're out. Yeah. What do you drive?
Just because it being so fitting. 1950 Chevy pickup.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. It's so nice not to see another damn black SUV.
However, it does have an LS5 motor shoved under the hood.
Okay. So you're walking from the upscale part of town, or you're driving from the upscale part of town into basically Skid Row. Being from here in the past would know that this was a nice area of town at one point in time. But now the streets are just lined with nylon tents with blue tarps over them, keeping the rain out. It's pretty shitty. But as you're leaving the good part of town and entering that part of town, you're going to pass one of the most ridiculous setups that you have ever seen. At first you think it's some kind of weird, bizarre nightclub. The building itself has these faux like castles and mountains and stuff all over it. There's little rubber bats hanging from the from where the marquee overhang is.
No.
There's a big classic car called a Dragon that is gorgeous, but someone's had the audacity, and I can actually say this because there's a Toreador here. Somebody's had the audacity to wrap this thing in matching gaudiness of the building.
At least they're keeping it
In
coherent.
The Bauhaus Bela Lugosi's Dead is blaring into the streets as you pass Impaler Inc., which is a vampire-themed tattoo parlor and body modification center. And it looks like there's black leather couches outside. People are drinking red wine out of glasses. It looks like a nightclub.
I bet they have the cranberry and vodka in the blood bags that you see sometimes.
Oh, the wine comes in blood bags.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's their house brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
But leaving the good
Being
side of
negative.
town, yeah, leaving the nice side of town to the Skid Row area, you're going to pass this thing. It's probably around the same time as, are you keeping your appointment for tonight?
Sure, definitely.
So, as your truck is going by this area, you're probably turning the corner to get there. Not that you would know who he is, but as an intersection between scenes, I need to jump to him real quick. So,
And some jackass whips by you in a Mini Cooper with the top down.
Yes.
you drive a Mini Coupe
With the top
with the top down. That just got detailed last night.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. Spent most of his night at the car wash.
You get a filthy car.
So you're arriving. We're going to go ahead and say it's around 9 o'clock. You're arriving at Impaler Inc. for your appointment. Same obnoxious music. Same music playing as last night. It's like they have it on a loop. Yeah, you could actually swear that at this exact time, this exact minute, this exact song was playing.
That could be highly convenient if you were here or not. You could set your watch by that stuff.
Very true.
Oh, and if you actually worked here too, you'll start to get Pavlovian response and be like, I got 3 more numbers before I get to go home and stuff, you know?
He's catching on. How do you think I keep the Renfields in check?
Copious amounts of terrible music, I see.
Yeah. So, how do you handle this situation?
Well, I don't know, because it sounded like I was being replied to in first person.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
I'm just glad that you're catching on.
Well, I'll have to go park, hop out, walk out,
Okay.
loiter until noticed inside.
Okay. A Renfield notices you. You're not 100% sure if it's the same person. Most of them look very similar.
Like a small pile of iron crawled up onto somebody's face and began eating.
They're well dressed and well mannered, but yeah, they.
That wasn't a denial. Okay.
Well dressed, well mannered, heavily pierced.
Mr. Martin,
The same.
it's good to see you again. The master will be right with you.
Fantastic.
And not long after that, in walks. I have such a hard time saying his name. In walks Vlad Lugosi in all of his glory.
The lizard.
He's wearing a leather tuxedo vest, no shirt on, all tattoos displayed. You're not 100% sure if those are the same tattoos you saw last night.
Ouch.
Some of them look the same, but they might be in different locations.
It's the illustrated man.
But he's there in his clawed, forked tongue, pointed ears, conked ears, shaved. Different hairstyle this time. He has hair tonight.
Where the hell did you get those from? Okay.
Fair
I didn't
means.
ask, I don't know.
He comes and shakes your hand. You can feel the boniness of his hands and the claws as they go against your skin. He could probably do some severe damage with those. Did you ever decide on whether or not you were going to take me up on my ministrations?
Well, one of your attendances.
Yes, because you didn't want it to be permanent.
I feel it's highly important that it not be.
Okay. I have never seen it be permanent unless it's purposefully permanent. So you should not have anything to worry about that. Any idea what you wanted exactly?
Yes, I should have actually made a schedule. I've got a few sketches of ideas, but it's in the abstract, a whorl of red with an asymmetrical and unbalanced appearance.
Nice. That sounds very interesting. It will be one of a kind and no one else will ever have it but you.
A unique experience, to be sure.
Yes. And he will walk you towards the booth he came out of last night. The big coffin-shaped door with the velvet curtain. You walk in, it is surprisingly sterile. Aside from some artwork on the wall, it's just stainless steel everywhere. Very large, heavily padded, cushioned chair. Exactly where do you want it? He will grab you. So yes, you have the stainless steel overplush chair, and you have your sketch,
Yeah.
which he'll ask if it's okay if he takes it. And he hangs it on almost like a... It's on one of those...
And it pulls up a Renfield and chest darts.
No, it's one of those medical light up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Light
he puts
board.
it. Yeah, he puts it on one of those, turns it on, which makes the ink stand out ridiculous. And he says he'll be right back. And within 5 minutes, he comes back in with a young man that he's Again, he's dressed as if he's like a cross between like steampunk and Victorian gentleman, who rolls up his overly puffed sleeves, revealing a ridiculous array of tribal tats, and
Probably not that different in terms of overall style there.
that's probably why he chose this one. He's got the name tag that says Renfield on it, just like all the other employees. And he lets you talk to him if you have any questions for him. You can, but he stares at your sketch the entire time.
Okay.
Anything you wish to speak to your artist about?
No, I'm content in allowing uncomfortable silence to reign until he decides that he has something he wants to say.
Okay. He asks you where you want it. Palm of your hand?
Yes.
That's going to feel interesting. That's how he puts it, too. Just, it's going to feel interesting. Do you have a thought on colors? If you want colors,
Red.
red. Do you want this to look as if the blood is bubbling to the surface?
I hadn't considered that, actually. I think that could be appropriate for the motif, yes. Since you've suggested.
He asks you to sit. The arm comes out so that you have a place to rest your arm, all the way up to where your hand is. So it's right there. He gets out his gun, and he gets to work. It is a very odd sensation. Very similar to... If you could imagine a bee stinging and then getting stuck. Like, he's just trying to pull out repeatedly, but he's just trailing around your hand.
See, it's descriptions like this that make me completely not eager to get a tattoo.
It's
in real life.
highly addictive. But I can imagine
That
that.
doesn't make much sense.
I can imagine, however,
I can understand what
I can really easily imagine
When
the sensation of a bee getting stuck,
having had that happen.
and
yeah.
then you tell me it's addictive, and that part just completely throws me off the cliff.
then when he gets to around the mouse of your hand, it almost feels as if he has a cigarette that he's just repeatedly trying to put out, but it won't go out. And he's just
Put them out.
just trying and trying and trying, and it just the sensation
Ow.
of burning. But how detailed do you think this is?
With my art skills, probably not that.
With his art skills,
He'll have to improv a little bit.
I'm going to use the orange ones because he's human. Okay, and I doubt that you're fighting this at all.
The whole point is to let the pain happen here.
Cool. Okay, just making sure. So, it's going to take you some time to get this done, but it looks exactly as he said it was going to. It's your drawing, but it doesn't look like it was tattooed. It looked like there's no mark as if cutting or anything, but it looks like your sketch has been just cut into the skin. It looks like that the blood is welling up, but that's actually just the ink. It looks very real. As soon as the gun stops, Vlad walks back in. So,
Sublime.
his Renfield turns to him and goes, I love working on Kindred. Because the blood doesn't well up. You don't have to wash it away, so you can just keep working and not be distracted. And they hug, and he leaves. I'm glad that you enjoyed your experience.
Oh, we're still in the midst of it, but
You're going to be doing more?
its eventual disappearance is parcel of the performance, the experience.
It will be gone
The
by
journey.
morning.
Yes.
Or it will be gone by sundown tomorrow.
And your Renfield had an excellent suggestion and interpretation. Red like the blood that
As soon as it
has been
leaves,
placed
it's
within
veiled.
us. Unbalanced, because balance is the one thing a kindred never has. And then with his interpretation thirsting for as if of its own volition. And then it'll be gone.
It's one of the few things that we have that's fleeting.
You have to embrace these things where you can find them, don't you think?
Agreed.
I noticed you didn't ask at any point in this of the matter of payments.
My thought process is I've done my homework. And I understand that this is your territory. I don't believe that you should pay me at all. I think that this is me paying you. If that's agreed on.
You know the subject isn't mind command alone,
I understand that.
and it hasn't been discussed whatsoever.
And consider this a gift.
I'll take that in the spirit it's intended. Thank you.
He has such sincerity in his inhumanness. If
A
it
very sincere lizard look.
if it wasn't modern knights, this man would be an outright breach of the masquerade. just walking outside.
I'm pretty sure he's probably managed the trifecta. So vomiting, all of that. Just based on the description and what I've seen of people who have had this sort of extremity that done to them, I'm like, oh yeah, you
That
get
fits.
the weak stomach to faint at your passage. I bet it happens every now and again. Probably a whole lot of fun when you try to go through an Aldi's and
It's a good thing he doesn't have to go grocery shopping.
oh, you don't always go to Aldi's for the food. Anyhow,
That middle aisle with all kinds of weird stuff on it.
Feel free to send the rest of your coterie over.
I imagine that the rest of the coterie will probably at some point. I don't know the context of that, but
I will take it as it comes.
very good. Well, then I hope that when I do see you next, it will be a salubrious encounter.
Agreed. And he'll shake your hand and he'll walk you to the front door. He'll wish you a good night.
I'm going to shake it painfully. Well,
He goes into that. Nice, hearty, firm squeeze.
cool.
Can't help but notice his slightly sadistic smile when he does it, when he sees that it causes you discomfort.
Kind of the point.
That is kind of the point.
Have you sent over any details yet? No? Okay. Cool. Well,
I'm not gonna give details through the phone.
one of these days he'll learn how to. He's learned not to over communicate. One of these days he'll learn not to under communicate.
It says prefer the will. It requires the attention of everyone.
Yes,
When? Where?
that.
Jazz has read her mail going, want to call visit me? Okay.
There's-
Carry on with your night.
there-
Chinese garden.
Oh.